Here's the 5th build in my showcase series, and it is built with the intention of running Ironman. So I'm going to do something slightly different in this clip than I do with the other videos. I'm going to do 3 clips of footage from my fewest reloads possible runs. It started out as Ironman, but I just didn't have the free time to continue making attempts. 4th clip will be Port Zenith. I'll still do the strengths, weaknesses, what I would do different, and the difficulty of the build. It's my first trap already gone. My first line of defense. Where's that trap at? Okay. Yo, what up, Rogue? How you doing, dude? Depends on the mutants. Ah, these guys. Something to skip on the Iron Man run, in my opinion. Yeah, probably. There's, then I leave, like, so much experience on the table. And it's not that hard of a fight if you're careful enough. Ooh, that's a lot of you guys, huh? Yeah, especially when you're a burst machine like I am. I mean, this is not too bad. Got the bursts, got the crawl traps, got the bear traps. Then just put it on the counter, butthead. Don't be a butthead about it. God, what is that? Going back to Saturday. Nice, dude. It is a bunch of jerky muties, is what it is. Oh, and I got the wrong bullets loaded. Do I have the wrong belt on? No, I don't. Huh. Can he hit me from this very specific tile? I think he can hit me. Shit. Let's do this. It's, nope. I think, yeah, he just gets a crit barrel on me. Nope, okay, sweet. That's good to test too, that way I can see if that actually, like, is something super, something I should be super concerned about. There are so many here. Holy crap, dude. I'm playing like tower defense over here though, so it's like nothing. Oops. Spacing out over here. Where are these fuckers? Nice. That went really well. Nice. Did sort of screw up right there, but it should be fine. In retrospect, don't even know why I was worried. Start the traps. Or get into stealth and then start the traps, I should say. What the fuck? Dude, what are they doing here? Well, this is a problem. So gay. That's so ridiculous. I think I'll be okay though. My man would just... There we go. I was like, please, I love your accuracy somewhat, but I actually want you to miss. I'm fucked because of this guy. In such a shitty spot. Thank God for cryostasis. Here's my Ironman build. I've spent more time on this build making it than any other build. Fine-tuning, tweaking. Obviously I kept having to start over when I was trying attempts, so that gave me a chance to really find its weaknesses and what I could do better. Those strengths, I specifically picked these clips to showcase the strengths. One of this build's greatest strengths is it allows for mistakes. In the first clip you can see I stepped on my trap, which didn't end up mattering. Second clip, I forgot to put on focus dim and food. I didn't have the right goggles on either. Third clip, I was completely unprepared for the fight and ran right into melee range of the enemy while trying to use turn-based mode just to get around quickly. I typically will do that, and I survived all of them. I also forgot to turn on my goggles on all of them. has high HP with decent DR. So one clip while I was recording the Port Zenith fight, I actually got shot by a sniper that did 767 damage. But because of DR and shield, I only took 180. With my HP, it would take 4 aim shots from a sniper with that much damage to kill me. So I won that fight, but I forgot to take Underrail off window mode, so it looked really bad on the playback, so I had to re-record it. And then of course, as I was recording the second time, I got a follower. But I'm not going to re-record it a third time, so we'll just keep that one in. Another strength is the high MP. With contraction and sprint, I have 128 movement points. It's pretty ridiculous for something that is as tanky as I am. Lots of control. You have cryostasis, stasis, quick tinkering, caltrops with sure step, low CD for nades and special nades, especially with LTI and FO. You have good defensive feats as well, such as EA and Thick Skull, because basically if you get rooted or stunned in Ironman, there's a good chance you're just dead. Unless you're a tin can, you're probably going to die scenarios. High damage. I think there's a common misconception that you need high perception for an AR to be effective, and that's simply not true. On the first clip I had 8 perception, and on the second clip I had 9 perception, maybe. I don't even think I had 9. I am 2-turning the Quadnaga fight with 9 perception, and I didn't even let the enemies get close to me in that first clip because of how much damage I was doing. Yes, the caltrops were there, but I mean, honestly, they weren't really getting that close anyways, and I still had my wall of traps. I have pretty good detection. The trap detection is a little more noticeable just because I have, invested in traps, but it's not perfect. Trap detection is a little weird. It actually accounts for 2 of my deaths in this US Reloads run. And again, that's more so a mistake on my part. I know where these traps are, so if I'm moving too fast or I'm not thinking about things or get distracted by the chat, it's on me. It's not really the build's fault. It's great with groups. Missing with an assault rifle isn't the worst thing in the world. Oftentimes it just means you're going to hit somebody behind the guy that you're trying to hit. And I also have, like I said, constant nades because of Grenadier and the LTI. Now its weaknesses, there really isn't many. There's only 3 that I really noticed. Bursting teammates is one that kind of sucks. They'll often run into your cone of where you would hit an enemy, so sometimes you can't use your burst, which is your main form of damage. Single shots just don't really cut it. Bad crafting early on, that can be a pain since you have only 4 int, and actually most of the time I would start the runs with just 3. And the initiative is pretty bad, only 18, but that brings me to my next point on what I would change, and we'll actually go to Port Zenith for that one. Now, I wouldn't personally change this. I like the build as it is, but I can understand why somebody would, and it's actually probably more optimized if you do this. So if you get rid of suppressive fire and sure step, it's probably more beneficial to do that and then get trigger happy and paranoia. This is a build where I think paranoia would actually be pretty damn good. I typically skip on it, but everything is pretty nice with it on this build. I feel oftentimes builds are in a weird spot where they'll get maybe 1 or 2 things out of paranoia, but this is a build where I think actually gets everything, all 4. Well, the stealth thing not so much, but who gives a shit about that? It's just a nice little perk, stealth damage. But in terms of changing stuff, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else. I like this build very much in this current iteration. The crafting is very meticulous. I got it down to exactly where I wanted it to be. There's maybe some points you can move around, but for the most part, that's where it's got to go. I do wish I could have showed off how strong quick tinkering is in one of these clips, but I just never really got a chance to. And that's the thing with this build, is oftentimes you're so strong with your damage that the control isn't completely necessary, but it is there for when you do need it. Expertise is there for when you do need it. That's what I like about this build, is that it's not reliant on anything. It's not reliant on specific conditions for it to be effective. Those are all my thoughts on the build. This is Like I said, I believe my strongest build, I guess it depends on what strength means to you, but in terms of overall balance, in terms of survivability, the ability to dish out damage, control the enemy, run away when you need to, this is the build. My next build will be Spear MT. The build after that, I'm kind of going back and forth on. I sort of want to do Hammer Wizard's much faster brother, but I also want to play homage to a Discord buddy who left not too long ago. And his build is one that I haven't tried yet, that I think would be a really, really good one to try out. It hits a lot of notes that I haven't played with yet, so that one I feel might take precedence over my Hammer Wizard's faster brother. Thanks for watching though, and if you have any comments or any suggestions, go ahead and fire away.